Book of Jonah, found in the Hebrew Bible, Old Testament, is a brief but powerful narrative that tells the story of the prophet Jonah's journey of disobedience, repentance, and God's mercy. Here's a summary of its key events. 1. Jonah's call and flight, Jonah 1:1-3. God commands Jonah to go to the city of Nineveh, a great Assyrian city known for its wickedness, to preach repentance. However, Jonah, fearing or disliking the task, flees in the opposite direction. He boards a ship bound for Tarshish, trying to escape God's call. 2. The storm and Jonah's surrender. Jonah 1:4-16. God sends a violent storm that threatens to destroy the ship. The sailors, realizing that someone's God is angry, cast lots to find the culprit, and the lot falls on Jonah. Jonah confesses that he is fleeing from God and tells them to throw him overboard to calm the sea. Reluctantly, they do so, and the sea immediately calms, leading the sailors to worship Jonah's God. 3. Jonah in the belly of the fish. Jonah 1:17-2:10. After being cast into the sea, Jonah is swallowed by a great fish, sent by God to save him from drowning. Jonah spends 3 days and nights in the fish's belly, where he prays to God in repentance. In his prayer, Jonah acknowledges God's salvation and promises to fulfill his vows. God commands the fish to vomit Jonah onto dry land. 4. Jonah preaches to Nineveh. Jonah 3:1-10. God calls Jonah a second time to go to Nineveh. This time, Jonah obeys and preaches that in 40 days, the city will be overthrown due to its wickedness. Surprisingly, the people of Nineveh, including the king, believe Jonah's message and show repentance by fasting, wearing sackcloth, and turning from their evil ways. Moved by their repentance, God shows mercy and does not bring the destruction he had threatened. 5. Jonah's anger and God's lesson. Jonah 4:1-11. Jonah is displeased and angry that God spared Nineveh. He admits that he fled earlier because he knew that God is merciful and compassionate. Jonah retreats to a place outside the city, hoping to witness its destruction. God then provides a plant to give Jonah shade, but the next day, he sends a worm to destroy it. Jonah is upset about the plant's death, and God uses this to teach Jonah a lesson about compassion. If Jonah could be concerned about a plant, should not God care about the great city of Nineveh with its many people and animals? Themes: God's mercy. The central theme of Jonah is God's boundless mercy, not only towards his chosen people, but also towards non-Israelites, like the people of Nineveh. Repentance. The story illustrates the power of repentance as both Jonah and the people of Nineveh turn from their disobedience. God's sovereignty. God's control over nature, the storm, the fish, the plant, and over nations shows his omnipotence throughout the narrative. The Book of Jonah is unique among the prophetic books because it focuses more on the prophet's personal journey than on his message to the people. Its themes of mercy, repentance, and the universality of God's concern make it one of the most beloved and instructive stories in the Bible.